पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। तमबोधं तच्च मेयम् अव्याकृतगिराश्रुतिः निरदीक्षत्श्रुतिः सातु न्यायेनात्र विचार्यते। तद्धेदं तर्ह्यविस्पष्टम् आसीदव्याकृताभिधम् इत्येस्मिन् श्रौतवाक्ये इत्येतस्मिन् श्रौतवाक्ये पदार्थस्तावदीर्यते। So far, the knowledge of Atma has to be gained. This was established. Why, what is the purpose, and how it is an indispensable need that one should know one's own true nature. In that context, it is also imperative that we should know what is ignorance. Not only knowledge of Atma, at the same time, what is this ignorance that denies us that knowledge of our true nature. That ignorance also has to be known, because entire Jagat is nothing but the manifestation or product or the modification of ignorance. So, if Atma is Advaya, non-dual, moment by moment presents us the experience of the dualistic world, how non-dual Atma and the dualistic world can coexist? Because non-dual means there is nothing other than the thing. At the same time, the pluralistic world is there. How these two can be there means Atma cannot be Advaya, it cannot be non-dual. For that we should know the nature of the Jagat. Jagat is false. How do you say Jagat is false? Its cause, the Ajnana or Prakriti or Maya, is false. That also needs to be known, otherwise the knowledge is going to be incomplete. One cannot gain the knowledge of Atma. So therefore now two things need to be known. First, what is Atma and what is that Ajnana. Now we find in Brihadaranyaka, so this has been explained in the Shruti phrase, Tadhedam tarhi avyakrutam asit. Brihadaranyaka 147. So this 147, this Brahmana or this mantra is a long one. Now part by part, its phrases will be explained by the author here, and by word he is going to explain. Now, so to make us know what is Atma and what is Ajnana, this one phrase, that is Tadhedam, Tadha idam Tadhedam Tarhi Avyakrutam Asit, from 147 of Brihadaranyaka. So he says this one phrase itself speaks of Atma Sarupa, at the same time it speaks of Ajnana. That word Avyakruta Gira. So by that Avyakruta Gira, by that word Avyakruta in the Shruti statement, both what is Ajnana and what is Atma Sarupa, both things are told there. So that's what he says in 81, that is Tam Abodham Abodham, that ignorance. Again, Mayam. Mayam means the Atma whose knowledge has to be gained. Both these, the Shruti has pointed out by one single word. What is that? Avyakruta gira. Avyakruta gira, by the statement Avyakruta, it has been told. Where? In this Shruti Vakya. So therefore, its meaning is now being given. First he said, this Shruti Vakya is going to be analyzed Nyayena. Nyayena means that systematically. So here Nyayena means systematically. Now he says, I am going to give you first what is the meaning of the words that go in the phrase Tadhedam Tarhi Avyakrutam Asit. Afterwards, we will know the meaning of the sentence. See, first you should have the knowledge of the word. You should know the meaning of the word. Then you can go for the meaning of the sentence. So that is how he is proceeding. Anvaya of 82 was given. Tadha idam tarhi avispashtam avyakrutabhidam asi iti etasmin shrautavake. Add there kathitaha, add there adhyara kathitaha padarthaha tavad iryati. Tadhedam tarhya vispashtamasi. This much you can put in inverted comma. Actually it is not Shruti statement but similar to Shruti statement, because Tadhedam tarhi avispashtam, there what is there in the Shruti is Avyakrutam. And the meaning of Avyakrutam he has given as what? Avispashtam. And then that what is called in Shruti Avyakrutam, that is what he says. Tadha idam. Okay, now I need not give the meaning of what is tad, what is ha, what is idam, what is tarhi, what is that avispashtam. Why? The author himself is going to pick up these words and let him do that job now, because that will be better. So tadha idam. In fact, I have given you the meaning of this statement. Tadha idam tarhi avyakrutam asit. Tad stands for what? This jagat in the seed form before the manifestation. Ha for aitiya. That is what, this is what the fact is. Idam, this manifest jagat. Tarhi, then, of course, don't bother, it is going to come one by one, it is going to come in the subsequent stanzas. Tarhi, at that time before the creation. Avyakrutam asit. What is avyakruta? Two meanings will be there. Atma and also Ajnana. So asit. Iti now we say, Tadhedam tarhi avispashtam avyakrutabhidam. What is that avispashtam? Avispashtam means that which is not clear. Vispashta is clear. Not clear means not manifest. Here it means avispashtam means unmanifest. So that is tarhi avispashtam avyakrutabhidam. What it is called? It is called as avyakruta. Avyakruta. Abhidham means abhidha means name. Abhidham, that which is called as avyakruta, asi, it was there. Iti, just he is simply referring to the Shruti statement only. Iti etasmin shrautavaki. In this Shruti Vakya of 147 Brihadaranyaka, which is Tadhedam tarhya vyakrutam asit. In the Shruti Vakya, kathitaha, whatever that is told, padarthaha, the meaning of the word, each word that go into the constitution of the Shruti statement, tavad, tavad means first, iryate, or that is being told now, means the meaning of the words told in the Shruti Vakya is now given first. So what is tad, what is ha, what is idam, what is tarhi, what is avyakruta, afterwards we will see. Okay, now he begins now. So what is this tad in the Shruti Vakya? Let us see. Ajnanatmanyasheshena Linam bijaswarupadhruk Tatshabdena jagat proktam Paroksharthabhidhayina Paroksharthabhidhayina Ajnanatmani Asheshena लीनम बीज स्वरूप धृक. Oh, अच्छा. Paroksharthabhidhayena, then take tat shabdena. After paroksharthabhidhayena, take tat shabdena. Ajnanatmi asheshena leenam bija swarupa dhrik jagat proktam. Jagat proktam. So what he says is, this is what is meant by the word tad in tad hedam tarhi avyakritam asat. What is that? So by this tat shabdena, by this word tat in that particular Shruti statement, Brihadaranyaka 147. And what does it mean? What type of word it is? Paroksharthabhidhayena. By the tat shabda, which it speaks of parokshartha. Parokshartha means something that is remote. Is it not so? When you say, actually, what is the meaning of tad? Literal meaning? That. Tad means that. When you use the word that, something which is remote, away in terms of time or space, is it not? That's what we call tad. So therefore he says, that word, parokshartha vidhayana means parokshartha vachakena. By the third word that which always speaks of something that is remote, not proximate. If something near, what you say? Idam, this. You say this. So, I can't say that book and point out this book here. And this photograph, suppose when the Ganapati photograph is this photograph, I can't say it is there. So that way, so that which speaks of something that is remote, parokshartha. Remote need not be in terms of only place. It can be also in terms of time also. It can be in terms of time. So, parokshartha vidayana tat shabdena. What is indicated? What is told? What is the meaning of that? Ajnanatmani asheshena leenam jaswarupa dhrik jagat proktam. What is told is jagat. What type of jagat? Jagat, the word of this type, of this nature. What is that? What is the nature of that jagat that is told there? Ajnanatmani leenam. Leenam, merged, dissolved in ajnanatma. What is ajnanatma? Ajnanatma is there, and then jnanatma is there, or jnanatma is there. What is that ajnanatma? Suppose ajnanatma and jnanatma, this word are given. What word you will try to fix? What meaning you will try to fix? First you will jump to Atma means Sachidananda Atma. Sachidananda Atma cannot be Ajnana nor Jnana because itself is Jnana Swarupa. So you can't take. Then you have to take Atma word is used for something else also, individual Jiva also. Then you can say this is Ajnani individual and this is Jnanatma is what? Jnani individual. You can say, but that is not the meaning. Here it is Madhyama Pada Lopa Samasa. So it is Ajnanena upahita atmani. There is one word in between there which has got elided. This is called a particular type of samasa. Madhyama pada lopa. The in between, that means the word is what? Has disappeared there. So what is that? What is the word here? Ajnanopahita atmani. The atma which is upahita, conditioned by ajnana. Madhyama pada lopa samasa, we have seen many contexts. If I tell you the illustration, remember. Coffee Srinivasaha. Who is Coffee Srinivasaha? Coffee Priya Srinivasaha, Coffee Srinivasa. Mr. Srinivasa, who is very fond of coffee. Coffee Priya Srinivasaha, Coffee Srinivasa. Shaka Parthivaha. What is Shaka? Vegetables. Parthiva means a king. So what is that vegetable king? Not that one who is one who is in coma and become a vegetable. Not that way. What is the vegetable king? Shaka Priya Parthivaha, Shaka Parthiva. a king who is very fond of vegetables. So Shaka Priya Parthivaha Shaka Parthivaha. That Priya, the word in between word has got elided. It's called Madhyama Pada Lopa Samasa. So here, Ajnanopahita Atma Ajnanatma. So the Atma, Satchidananda Atma, Upahita, conditioned by what? Ajnana. That is what? Ajnanopahita Atma. Locative, Tasmin Ajnanatmani means Ajnanopahita Atmani. So what is meant by Ajnanatmani means in Atma which is conditioned by Ajnana, means the Atma which has got Ajnana as its Upadhi. Upahita means the one which has got Upadhi. The Atma which has got the Upadhi of Ajnana. In that Atma Asheshena Linam. Asheshena means Nirasheshataya, without anything remaining balanced there, totally. Asheshena, totally. Linam. Linam means merged, absorbed, dissolved. So what is that? Jagat. What type of Jagat it is? Bija Swarupa Dhrik Jagat. Bija Swarupa Dhrik means that which is in the form of a bija, the seed. That is bija swarupatmakam. Jagat, the word which is bija swarupatmaka. At that time you may not be able to see the Jagat, but Jagat is there. For example, in a tiny seed of banyan tree, a tiny seed. How tiny is seed of banyan tree and how huge is the banyan tree? But in that seed, what is that? The entire banyan tree is in unmanifest condition in seed form, like that. In this, that is, in the Atma conditioned by Ajnana, or the Atma having Ajnana as Upadhi, where the Jagat is merged, how? Bija Swarupa Dhrik means Bija Swarupa Prakam, in the form of the Bija. That Jagat is called Jagat Proktam. In short, by the word Tat, that means that which speaks of something remote. What is spoken is Jagat. What Jagat it is? The Jagat in the seed form. In that means in the seed form. When it is found, when there is a dissolution of the Jagat, there is no actual manifest Jagat, and at that time, in the Atma, conditioned by ignorance, so the Jagat remains. That state of the unmanifest condition of the Jagat in the seed form is called by Tattva, that's all. So unmanifest world in the seed form, abiding in Atma, having the Upadhi of Ajnana, is called by the word Tad, in that Tadhedam, Tarhidam Asi. Now, that Tat, which speaks of something remote, that word is justified. Why don't you point out this? Is it not? It is very easy. This means what happens? Which proximate? It will be easy for communication. No, it can't be pointed out. It has to be Tat, means that remote only. Why that remoteness? Why that Tat word he is justifying now? Avyakrutasya jagataha Bhutakalabhisangate Bubhutsum pratiparokshat Tatshabdastatra yujyate. Anvaya Bhutakalabhisangate Avyakrutasya jagataha Bhutsum prati parokshat Tatra tatshabdaha yujyati. Bhutsum prati parokshat Tatra tatshabdaha yujyati. Bhutakalabhisangate. See, when you are speaking of the Jagat in unmanifest condition, what comes in your mind? What is unmanifest condition? before the Jagat got manifested. Before the Jagat got manifested, that unmanifest condition, from where it has come? What does it indicate? Before that, Jagat was there or not? Yes. Earlier, in earlier Kalpa, what was there? The Srishti was there. But the Srishti got dissolved, Mahapralaya took place. That is Mahapralaya, that means dissolution took place. Now the dissolved condition of the Jagat is what? So, is it available to you now? No. You have to refer to as something past. But truly speaking, in that there is no time. The dissolved condition of the Jagat, there is no time, because time is something which gets manifested after the Jagat is born. It is part and parcel of the manifest Jagat. But it is there in unmanifest form. It is not available for you to point out like this time, etc. But the ignorant people, in their Vyavahara, what they say, they take the dissolved state of the Jagat as a particular past time. Therefore, we have to say that. That's what it says. Bhutakala abhisangate. Abhisangate means related to. So, abhisangate, fifth case, because of the reason. What is the reason? Bhutakala abhisangite. Because it is related to the past time. Not now. The Jagat which has gone into dissolution in the past. So before this Jagat was born, so Bhutakala abhisangate avyakrutasya jagataha bubutsum prati. Bubutsum prati. For the person who is desirous to know about this avyakruta Jagat, unmanifest Jagat. Bubutsum prati means jidnyasum prati. Bubutsa is jidnyasa. Bodhum ichha bubutsa. There is one more bubutsa also. Bhoktum ichha also is bubutsa. Bodhum ichha is desire to know. Bhoktum ichha is desire to eat. Suppose I get so inspired and continue the class for 2 hours. Swamiji, it is time for breakfast. So bubutsa will start. Desire for hunger will come and desire to eat will come. So therefore, bhoktum ichha also bubutsa, bodhum ichha. Now here bodhum ichha. So desire, because bubutsa, other bubutsa can come in some other context also. So bubutsum prati means jidnyasum prati. Here is a person who would like to know. So that what is that the dissolved state of the Jagat. So to him, paroksha, avyakrutam, bubutsum prati. What he wants to know? Avyakrutasya jagataha bubutsum prati. One who wants to know the unmanifest condition of the Jagat. So the one who wants to know the unmanifest condition of the Jagat, to that person, paroksha, because it is being something that is remote. Why? He wants to know, he doesn't have knowledge. See, remoteness also is in terms of ignorance and knowledge. Generally this word comes, that this we say. वो यह बोलते हैं ना, वो means what? The fellow has got in the mind that. Yah means what? Which I want to talk. Now that this means what? That which is in my mind, which I would like to now explain. This tadeta, like this phrases do come in Sanskrit also. Or thing that is not known, now known. When it is not known, it becomes what? Something which is away from you in terms of ignorance. That also can be taken as what? Remote. And now something that is known as something which is proximate. This way. So that means remoteness and proximate features can also be in terms of ignorance and knowledge. So therefore, paroksha, beyond being something remote, because this person wants to know, he doesn't know what it is. So that being remote, attatra, tatra means in that Shruti statement, tadhedam taryavyakrutamase. In the Shruti statement, tat shabdaha yujyate. Yujyate means is appropriate. It is a befitting word. So that means the unmanifest Jagat according to the one who would like to know it, is something that pertains to the past time, and because being remote in terms of his ignorance and he wants to know it now, so it referring it to by the word tad, something it speaks of remote thing, is what? Appropriate. Now what is this? Ha, tad, ha, tadha, that is tadhedam. What is that ha word in the Shruti? Let us see now. Iti hyarthe ha shabdasya sukhe narthava buddhaye tarkenokte dhiya kleshaha paramanvamanavat ha shabdaha sukhenarthava buddhaye aitihyarthe syat. Aitihyarthe syat. Tarkena ukte paramanvamanavat. Paramanvamanavat dhiyaha kleshaha add syat. Ha shabdaha. Mark that word, which ha it is? Ha from the Shruti statement, tadhedam tarhi avyakritam asit. In that ha shabda, why it is so? Sukhenarthava buddhai. For an easy understanding, it has got this meaning. What is that ha? Aitihyarthe. Aitihyarthe means to say something that means which is a fact. Aitihya. What is meant by, you are familiar with the word itihasa. Actually, itihasa is aitihya only. What is itihasa? You will straight away say history, is it not? The word has come, iti ha asa. So, thus it happened. That's why itihasa speaks of something that has transpired. It is not a fiction. So, Ramayana, Mahabharata are itihasas, not fictions. So they are itihas means it's actually that has transpired. So aitihya. It's like this, granny telling a story. How does it start? Once upon a time there was a king, child. No. Otherwise he means, come here. Means what? Granny is telling a story now. So that means by indication knows that. So that means now the child is receptive. Some story is coming now. So that is aitihya. Once upon a time enough. Whether there was a king or a jackal or a fox or a tiger, that's different thing. Once upon a time, that when the child is not story has come. That's very receptive now, story like that. It is that way. That's all. Aitihya, itiha asa. That is asa, that is aitihya. So that means this is the fact. So that's how it is. For why it is said, sukhenarthava buddhai, means just to draw the attention and make it known, that is to communicate easily, make one understand easily that sukhenarthava buddhai aitihyarthe syat. That's all. There's nothing more, there's no more meaning for that. Syat means the word is meant for that. Why so? Means aitihyartha. By that what happened? What he means is, this is, look here, what I am telling is not my brain wave, it is what Shruti says. Aitihyartha, itihasa means, this is what Shruti has said. So this is what the earlier masters have said. This is what is found in the Upanishad, because Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is a Brahmana Upanishad, which has got at the backdrop, what is it? What Upanishad it has got? Mantra Upanishad. And what is the Mantra Upanishad of Brihadaranyaka? Ishavasya Upanishad. So there is a background there. Look, so now something new I am telling you. So there is aitihyarthe. So for that person, for that reason it is said. Means you can rest assured what is being told is not something fiction or some imagination of someone. It is an established fact. Why it is necessary? Because as far as the things that are beyond the comprehension of human intellect, mere inference is not the thing to be resorted to. Therefore he says, Tarkena ukte paramanvanumanavat dhiyaha kleshaha. If Atma is simply established based on reasoning, there is going to be problem. So he said, Tarkena ukte. So if taught, if told, may only based on tarka means reasoning. So nyaya, the reasoning, he says, ukte, if taught, dhiyaha kleshaha sya. So that will be klesha means here trouble, pain or distress. There will be difficulty in gaining the knowledge. Vyayikas and Vaisheshikas about the Paramanu as the basis of Jagat. So what is the intellect will have many questions to ask if you say so. And he says, as far as the thing which is beyond the comprehension of the intellect in terms of objectification, you should not resort to reasoning alone. Reasoning may be useful to some extent, but that cannot be the main means at all. So therefore he says, Achintya khalu ye bhavaha natam starkena yojayet na pratisthita tarkena gambhirarthasya nishchayaha. If you resort to only, not only the buddhi klesha will be there, dhi klesha will be there, but also you will not be able to ascertain the truth. It is just not possible to ascertain what is Atma. The difficulty in figuring out is different thing. Besides that, you will not be able to ascertain, determine what is the nature of Atma. That he says, Anvaya, ye khalu achintyaha bhavaha. Ye khalu achintyaha bhavaha. Tan tarkena, by sandhi becomes tam starkena. Tan tarkena nayojaye. Nayojaye apratisthita tarkena gambhirarthasya nishchayaha na adbhavati. Apratisthita tarkena gambhirarthasya nishchayaha na bhavati. Ye khalu achintyaha bhavaha. Those things which are achintyaha bhava. What type of things they are? Achintyaha means inconceivable. The things that are inconceivable. For example, Atma, your buddhi cannot comprehend like this. What is this ajnana also may not be available like that. So therefore, ye khalu, indeed, means it is well-known fact that way. Khalu means indeed in the sense, a well-known fact that ye achintyaha bhavaha. Those things that are inconceivable in nature, tan, that means those things, what should not be done? Tarkena na yojaye, should not be connected to tarka means, in such cases, tarka, reasoning should not be used. It means, what it means is, to ascertain the inconceivable things, the reasoning should not be used at all. Why? You will not be able to ascertain. So, why so? Because apratisthita tarkena gambhirarthasya nishchayaha. So by tarka he calls as what? Apratisthita. What is apratisthita? Na pratisthita is apratisthita, means which has no, pratisthita means which has no steadiness, which has no final, Why it is born of Purusha Buddhi, something born of human intellect. And what is born of human intellect is based on what? Perception. Perception as a pramana has no final, though useful, and based on a defective pramana, defective jnana sadhana, whatever you conclude itself also is going to be what? Wrong, though may appear to be true for some time. So therefore, apratishthita tarkena means the tarka reasoning born of Purusha Buddhi. Purusha Buddhi, human intellect. Why so? Because whatever that is born of human intellect is prone to be defective. How? You say, a modern person may object, you are insulting scientists and all that. It is not insulting or commending someone, it is a statement of fact. Intellect has its own limitations. Why? What intellect can prove? Come on, jnanendriyas are not there. What can your intellect prove? Who provide data for intellect? Jnanendriyas. But what jnanendriyas, sense organs provide itself is what? Defective. Defective. Means it has got it may be useful, but it is defective. So therefore, whatever you infer, etc. is bound to be defective. So it may be useful, but it has no final, because that is what is happening in science also. Today's discoveries are toppled down tomorrow. Today's best medicine is prohibited, banned tomorrow. Of course, not in India. Whatever banned medicine junk market is where? Indians are the guinea pigs of all these things, because they want to make money. Because the manufacturer cannot make money there because it is banned there. Until here it is done, they make the money as such, because it depends on the policy of the government and the corrupt bureaucrats, etc. That's all that is happening. Okay, the different thing is. So therefore, you say, so that is, human intellect has got its own limitation, and that being the case, so that is what is discovered today can be toppled down tomorrow. So here it is that way. So anything about Atma, inconceivable thing, if you try to establish on Tarka, that Tarka may appear to be sound, but it has no pratishtha. It has no pratishtha means it has no final. Tomorrow it can be toppled down by someone. So therefore, apratishtarkena, the born of buddhi means the tarka which has no final. By such thing, gambhirarthasya nishchayahana. Gambhirarthasya, what is gambhira here is profound, inscrutable, or what was told as achintya in the earlier sentence, earlier line. So gambhirarthasya, a thing which is profound or thing that is inscrutable. Why it is inscrutable? Because it is achintya. So achintya arthasya. Gambhirarthasya means achintya arthasya. Nishchayaha, ascertainment, is not possible by apratishtita tarka. And Bhashyakara in Kathopanishad Bhashya says, Nahi kutarkasya pratishtha asti. There is no final of such thing. Then what is that? What is the pratishtita tarka then? See, look here. He has said apratishtita tarka, the tarka with no final. Is there pratishtita tarka? Yes. What is the pratishtita tarka? Reasoning based on Shruti. Reasoning in accordance with the Shruti is what? Pratishtita tarka. So therefore what do? We do make use of tarka, but not first, later. First Shruti, and to understand the Shruti statements, accordingly we make use of the tarka. That is pratishtita tarka. But this is what? Purusha Buddhi Janya. So they are born of human intellect, not without the basis Shruti is apratishtarka. So therefore, things which are inconceivable cannot be determined by human intellect. So therefore, better take to the Shruti Pramana and not totally resort to Yukti, the reasoning. So that means How many words are now? Meaning of how many words given? What is tad is told. What is ha is told. Tad ha idam tarhi. Now idam in that Shruti statement. What is that idam? Let us see now. It is explained now. So idam stands for this manifest word. Nama rupadi vikrutam parang manena bhasitam idam shabdena nikhilam jagadeta dudiryate nama rupadi vikrutam parangmanena bhasitam etad jagadetad, there etad is there, etad nikhilam jagat idam shabdena udiryate, idam shabdena udiryate, etad nikhilam jagat, this entire jagat, idam shabdena, by the short anvaya. Others are the adjective clauses. That is, etad nikhilam jagat, this entire jagat. Nikhilam means entire one. Idam shabdena, by the word idam, this in the Shruti statement, udiryate is told, is indicated. What type of that jagat it is? Say this type of jagat. What type jagat? Parang manena nama rupadi vikrutam. This entire jagat, what type of jagat it is? Nama rupadi vikrutam. Vikrutam means abhivyaktam or vyaktam. Vikrutam modified sense of manifest. So this jagat which is manifest as nama and rupa, a specific name and specific form. Rupa don't take only form that can be seen by the eyes. Rupa can be sound also by a specific nature. Rupa in the sense specific nature, a specific name and a specific nature. So that entire jagat having specific name and specific nature, which is now manifest. And how do you know that? Parang manena bhasitam. Bhasitam, the one that is known. How it is known? Parangmanena. Parangmana means, mana here is pramana. So, the world which is known, or which is the world that is known by parangmana means by external pramanas. What do you mean by external pramanas? What is meant by laukika pramana? What are laukika pramana? Pratyaksha, Anumana, Arthapatti, Upama. That is direct perception through the Jnanendriya sense organ. Anumana, inference. Upama, illustration. Arthapatti, that is presumption. So presumption. Or Anupalabdhi, non-availability of something. So like this, which are available in the world externally, means except the Shruti Pramana. What it means by other than Shruti Pramana? So the Laukika Pramanas, so Parangmanena Bhasvam. It is true, is it not? The world we can know through this Laukika Pramanas only. So that Etad Nikhilam Jagat means this entire Jagat manifests in terms of names and form and is known through the Laukika Pramanas, external Pramana, is referred to by the word Idam Shabdena Udiryate. Is referred to by the word what? Idam in the Shruti statement. Simple. What is Idam now? Manifest world is Idam, that's all. This manifest world is Idam. What is that? The unmanifest Jagat in the seed form, abiding in the Ajnana conditioned, abiding in Atma conditioned by Ajnana is what the Tat. Ha for Aitiya. This is a Shruti, what Shruti says. Now, tad and idam is stored. What does it indicate? Tad ha idam tarhi avyaktam asit. So that and this, what he has done is, now come on, you remember now that and this. That refers to, now let us simply put unmanifest condition. This refers to manifest, unmanifest jagat. This refers to manifest jagat. Now he has equated both, means what does it mean? He speaks of only one jagat in two different conditions. One in unmanifest condition, other in manifest condition. He is not referring to two different things. Only thing is only one. So that's samanadhikaranya. Both are actually one and the same thing, but in two different conditions. That is pointed out. Samanadhikaranyena tadidam padayo shrutam karya karanayoraikyam vyakruta vyakrutatmanoh tadidam padayoh samanadhikaranyena karya karanayoh vyakruta vyakrutatmanoh aikyam shrutam tadidam padayoh samanadhikaranyena karya karanayoh vyakruta vyakrutatmanoh aikyam shrutam. So by using these two words, tad and idam, in what is called as samanadhikaranya. What are these tad and idam? In the Shruti statement, tad stands for unmanifest word and idam stands for manifest word. By using these two words, samanadhikaranyena, by samana adhikarana. What is samana adhikarana? It is eka vibhakti. Both are in the same declensional case, that is nominative vibhakti. So nominative declension is used. Tad also is nominative, etad also is nominative. Of course, samanadhikaranya, I hope many of you know. It is a grammatical formation. A grammatical formation wherein different words having different meanings are used in the same declensional case to point out one and the same thing. In a statement, there are different words, and these different words have got different meaning. But all these words are put in the same declensional case to point out only one and the same given thing. Prakrishta Prakasha Chandraha. The bright and the brilliant one is the moon. Suppose someone, a child is pointed out in the night time, the child doesn't know what the moon is, and it is pointed out. See that, the bright and the brilliant one. The bright and the brilliant one. See, bright means something, brilliant means something, but what is pointed out is what? Moon. So that means different words having different meanings used in the same declensional case to point out or indicate one given thing. That is what is called, according to grammar, it is called samanadhikaranya. Now here, tad and idam. So tad is unmanifest word, different thing, meaning is different. Idam is manifest word, meaning is different thing. But both are what? Used means one thing is indicated. So tadidam padayoho, of these two, padam is word. Of this word, tad and idam, samanadhikaranyena, by using the same declension, that is this nominative, he says, what is pointed out is this: karya karanayoho aikyam. Identity between karya effect and the karana cause, means cause and effect are one and the same. They are not two different things. That is what is pointed out. What is that karya karana here? Here called as vyakruta vyakrutatmanohu. Karya is in the vyakruta form, karana is in the avyakruta form. Atmanoho means of such nature. So karya karanayoho Vyakruta Vyakrutatmanoho, of Karya and Karana, which are in the form of Vyakruta. Karya is in the form of manifest condition, Vyakruta, and Karana is in the condition what? Avyakruta, unmanifest condition. Of this, what is pointed out? Aikyam. Identity means both are one and the same thing. This is what? Shrutam. Shrutam means Shrutya Pratipaditam. This is what is established by Shruti. Shruti wants to point us out that manifest Jagat and in its unmanifest form are not two different things. It is one and the same thing, but two different conditions. Now one may say like this, sir, between cause, karya karana means cause effect. Between cause and effect there must be distinction. If cause is exactly like the effect or effect is exactly like the cause, how are you going to distinguish this is cause and this is effect? The banyan seed is like the banyan seed when it has not become the tree. How can you distinguish between this is the effect and this is the cause? So there should be certainly what should be there? Distinction must be that they should be different. So that is what the argument. So they should be different, let us say. So maybe for Vyavahara they may appear to be different, but stuff is one and the same only. So therefore, so someone doubts like this. Between Karya and Karana, if Atyanta Abheda is there, what will happen? The agents which produce the means which produce the effect will not be able to function. If a seed always remains as the seed, you sow the seed, okay, and it always remains as the seed, what does it mean? The earth, the water, the minerals, etc. are not functioning and are not able to produce the sapling, the plant, the tree, they are not able to function. It means karakas. Karakas means agents of action will not be able to operate if there is no distinction between karana and karya. That what he said is karya karana yoho atyanta bhede. If there is atyanta abheda between karya, the effect, and karana, the cause, means between cause and effect, if there is total identity, say karaka vyaparanupapattim ashankya. Karakasya vyaparasya anupapatti. Karaka is what? Agents of action, that which produce the effect. The agents or the means which produce the effect, its what? Function will be zero. So anupapatti, so that doubt is there. No. So it is there. So therefore, so that is what? For that answer is yes. That is karaka vyapara. That means the operating of the means which produce the effect is certainly required for avastha bheda. But these two avasthas belong to one and the same thing. That is what is to be pointed out. Karya and karana are, that means presented in two different forms by the who karaka, but both belong to one and the same thing. So therefore the dharmi, the one to whom these two dharmas, two features of cause and effect belong, that is one and the same. Let us say ekasya jagato vaste vyakruta vyakrutatmake avasthayor vibhedepi tadharmi nahi bhidyate व्याकृता व्याकृतात्मके एकस्य जगतः अवस्थे एड स्तः अवस्थयोः विभेदे अपि तद्धर्मी नहीं भिद्यते. says these two things, conditions. What are those? Vyakruta vyakrutatmake. One is vyakrutatmaka, means in the nature of vyakruta means manifest condition. Other is of the nature of avyakruta, unmanifest condition. So both are what? Ekasya jagataha avasthestaha. These are the two conditions of one and the same thing, Jagat. Does the Jagat differ? No. Jagat only is in unmanifest condition, Jagat only is in the manifest condition. The Jagat is the dharmi, and Vyakrutatva and Avyakrutatva. Manifest condition and unmanifest condition are dharmas, means features. What is dharmi? That which has dharma. Dharma means here features. The one that is endowed with the features is dharmi. So, for example, the sun is bright and brilliant and hot. Brilliance, brightness, heat are dharmas. Surya is who? Dharmi. So, manifest condition, unmanifest conditions are dharmas, conditions, feature, but Jagat is the dharmi, one and the same, the thing which is endowed with the features. So, Vyakruta vyakrutatmaki. So that means that the nature of being manifest and unmanifest. So are for whom? Ekasya jagataha avasthestaha. Both are what? The avasthe. Avasthe means two conditions, duality. Two conditions of one and the same jagat. So therefore it says, avasthayoho vibhede api. Even though there is a vibheda, distinction between the avasthas of the jagat, tadharmi, of that is the main thing to whom the conditions belong, means jagat, nahi bhidyate, that doesn't differ. So it is not that one is jagat and something other is Brahma, not that way. Both is what? That is manifestation and unmanifest condition belong to whom? Jagat only and not something else. That's all. Means Karaka Vyapara only, what does it do? Unmanifest turns out into manifest Jagat, but both belong to one and the same Jagat. So that being the case, so that Idam and Tat Samanadhikarana point out one and the same Jagat in two different conditions. Swasti prajabhya paritayena nyayena bhagena mahimahisa Brahmanebhya shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu kale varshadu parjanya prithvi sasya shalini deshoyam Shovarita Brahmana Santu Nirvaya Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kashchit Dukkha Bhave Asato Ma Satyamaya Tamaso Ma Gamaya, Mrityorma, Amritamaya, Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate, Om Shanti.